Next on Wave Chasers, Mexico. With close to 6,000 miles of coastline, it's no surprise that when surfing's popularity first exploded onto the waves, California surfers looking to escape the crowds pointed their boards south of the border to mysterious surf and adventure-rich Mexico.
The incredible thing is that one of the best big waves in the world lay just south of the border. That was sort of like that, shot heard around the world.
Following in the footsteps of the first wave chasers is a group of intrepid big wave surfers who have dedicated their lives to chasing down some of the most challenging waves on Earth. Throughout the year, tow-in surf teams chase winter storms around the globe.
It doesn't matter where it is. If there's a really good wave there and we think we're going to get it, we go get it.
From Mexico to Tahiti, South Africa, and beyond, they descend on famous surf breaks of Jaws, Killers, and Dungeons, where ocean swells are known to produce waves over 70 feet high.
You'll see waves out here that are jaw-dropping.
Over the past 2 decades, the coast of Mexico has become a major wave destination, primarily because of 2 distinctive world-class surf breaks. Isla Todos Santos, 9 miles off the coast of Baja, which catches North Pacific Ocean swells, and Puerto Escondido, deep down in mainland Mexico, a dead-on target for Southern Pacific swells. Spring is a tough time for California big wave surfers. The winter's northerly swells are fading, while the southern hemisphere's waves have yet to crank up. Chuck Patterson and Scott Chandler, 2 dedicated big wave riders, have decided to chase the first southern swell of the season, to Puerto Escondido in the state of Oaxaca, home of the fabled Mexican pipeline. Together, Chuck and Scott have taken the tow-in surf scene by storm.
What makes us different? I don't know. They call us the Chuck and Channy Show.
Scott and I have a great relationship. I mean, he's like my big brother.
I think that we're both the Southern California type. The blonde hair, and from what I'm told, we kind of look like brothers.
We're both, relatively bigger guys than most, in this sport. Being 6'2" and 220 pounds, it's kind of like we're football players in a surfing world.
But even the biggest lineman would feel dwarfed by the massive waves these guys ride. In big wave surfing, size is relative.
Give you a little perspective, I'm 6'2", and this building's around 25 feet high. This is what we would consider a pretty small wave in the game of tow surfing.
When riding 60 to 70-foot mountains of water, paddling into the waves is not an option. Big wave riding was revolutionized when 2-man teams began using personal watercraft to tow each other into massive waves. Called tow-in surfing, this jet-assisted approach perfectly suited the personalities of these high-risk wave riders.
Chuck is definitely more on the amp, like this one, this one, this one. Or...
Scott's definitely a lot more relaxed, and I'm a lot more hyper. He's been one of my best partners that I've had, in tow surfing. We're having a blast, because that's the whole, reason we're doing it.
When dedicated big wave riders aren't chasing waves, they're searching for them. And with the help of cutting-edge meteorological technology, surfers are able to make more than just a calculated guess on just where the next megaswell is going to hit. And Scott has made a promising discovery.
Hey, what's happening, Scott? How are you?
Good. Hey, it looks like,
I'm looking at the cam right now and it's showing some decent-sized surf.
looks like a pretty big swell, in Puerto here this week.
It's one of those things, being in the right spot at the right time. Everybody says, why do you wait till the last minute? That's how it is, and that's how it's always been, and that's probably how it's always going to be, just watching the conditions and then chasing waves.
With all signs pointing to a major swell sweeping up from the South Pacific, they begin their race down south, hoping they made the right decision to head to Puerto. Chuck and Scott aren't the only ones preparing for a run south of the border. Tow-in experts Mike Parsons and Brad Gerlach have spotted another big storm on the global weather maps.
I've been chasing waves since I was 10 years old, whether it's chasing them down the beach, paddling after them, or doesn't matter where it is. If there's a really good wave there and we think we're going to get it, we go get it.
This year we're going to try for one more swell here tomorrow. It's in the middle of March now, so winter is winding down.
Chasing waves is a gamble. No matter how many variables you eliminate, you never really know until you go. But while epic swells can be elusive, it only takes one to make an entire season.
The same storm that can start right off of Japan can produce huge waves for all of Hawaii, all of Canada, Washington, Oregon, Northern California, all the way down, all the way through Baja and Todos Santos.
Todos Santos holds a lot of history for these two surfers. After battling each other for over a decade on the competition circuit, it was here that mutual respect for each other's big wave abilities finally overcame their bitter rivalry.
We came down and we noticed that we both respect each other a lot and we got along really, really good. And
I started thinking, geez, he's such a good surfer, and I had a great day with him, and he loves big waves, and I want to ask him if he'll tow in with me.
Since teaming up, Brad and Mike have redefined what it means to be a wave chaser. Over the past 8 years, they have spanned the globe to become the sport's most successful tow-in partnership, both winning the prestigious Billabong XXL Award for riding the biggest wave of the year.
For sure, my best memories as a surfer have been at Todos, and that's why I keep coming back on every swell.
God, it's really rewarding because you're going after something that there's so much adventure in it.
With each team set in motion, the chase is on. All four surfers are racing down the Mexican coast in search of the wave that just might provide the ride of a lifetime. Coming up next on Wave Chasers.
The incredible thing is that one of the best, most consistent, challenging big waves in the world lay just south of the border.
The way this wave comes in with the force, the energy, you'll see waves out here that are jaw-dropping.